Hi, I'm Fauzan. So in this video, I will show you how to build your final project about business intelligence using a roadmap BI framework by Mas and Ether. But before I talk about the whole thing about the roadmap BI framework, make sure you know what data you want to work with and where you could get it. You can get it from anywhere. It could be a government institution, a private company, and so on. And make sure you have a permission to access their data. And sometimes getting a permission to access their data is such a long journey, so good luck. So BI Roadmap is a step-by-step guide to build a BI system. And that is explained in this book. And here's the whole step in a roadmap BI framework. So the first step is a justification. So the justification step is like asking, is it important to create those visualization, dashboard, machine learning algorithm for that organization? The thing is, justification is like making sure that the project is useful and necessary. So there's no point if you create those high technology if they don't know how to use it. So the justification step is start with finding a problem in the organization that could solve with BI. Then you can search for articles or case study about similar problem that were successfully solved with BI, which will serve as your main reference to strengthen your justification. And those articles help explain why the project is important and show that BI can work for issues that's similar with your case. And then we will put this main reference in the background section of our final report. And make sure to find at least 3 relevant sources from a journal that are ranked K1 or K2. You can check their journal ranking on this site to make sure the articles are credible. The next step is planning. In planning, we will evaluate the enterprise infrastructure to make sure that the BI infrastructure is ready. And it includes technical and non-technical infrastructure evaluation. We also look at the logical data warehouse architecture and the physical architecture. For the logical part, it's about planning how the data will be processed from the beginning until we visualize it. And for the physical part, it's about deciding what tools we will use for the entire process. For example, we might use Microsoft Excel, Microsoft Power BI, Pentaho Data Integration, or MySQL. And after evaluating the enterprise infrastructure, then we will do a project planning. And this is where we figure out the scope of the project. For example, we decided the time range for the data, the ETL process, what software we will use, and what kind of information that will appear on the dashboard. The next step is a business analysis. So in this step is all about ensuring that you clearly understand about what the business need and how you can use your data to solve their issues. There's a 4-step in a business analysis. First, the project requirement definition. We are identify what the organization need. And then we create a list of all the information they need, which will be displayed in the visualization tools. And then data analysis. We will analyze the data we've gathered. This includes cleaning the data, like removing unnecessary columns, so we end up with high quality data for analysis. Next, application prototyping. So we will create an app prototype or design the dashboard layout. This helps user get a clear picture of how the dashboard will display the information. Next, metadata repository analysis. So it's actually the process of organizing contextual information about the data. In this step, the information about the data is analyzed to determine which table need to be created. Okay, the next step is design. In this step, we're going to designing the ETL process, the database, and the metadata repository. Okay, first let's talk about the database design. In this part, you will designing the database structure based on reporting and analysis need. Here, you use BPMN to map out business process, choosing the right level of detail or grain, and set up fact table for main data and dimension table for supporting information. Essentially, this stage is ensure that the database is well organized so that the data is easy to access and to understand. The next step is ETL design. So in this part, we will designing the whole process since the extracting the data, transform the data until load the data. Next, we will designing the metadata repository. So the metadata repository is basically designed by defining the database structure, tables, column, and access right. The outcome is database schema like this one. So after designing those things, now it's time to move to construction. So there's a 4-step in a construction, and those are the steps. The first step is ETL development. This is where we develop the ETL process using ETL tools such as Pentaho Data Integration. The ETL process helps to transfer the data from the sources to the data warehouse that we've set up before. The second step, application development. And this part, we start building a BI application by connecting the database to a visualization tools like a Microsoft Power BI. Then we create the dashboard with visualization that match with organization business need. And after that, we move to the data mining, where we use a technique to explore patterns and insight in the data, like forecasting, clustering, and more. Next, metadata repository development. In this step, we use this repository during the ETL process to record each step. This gives us clear, complete documentation and well-organized data warehouse schema that make testing and maintenance easier. Okay, finally, the last step is deployment. So in this step, we will implement the BI program that we've built before to the user device. And then after install those things to the user device, the user will evaluate the program that we've built. And if the user want to make changes to our program, well, we have to go back to the previous stage to make an improvement to our program. And most of the cases, we will return to the business analysis step to redefine the information requirement and then analyze the data again. And then we do designing again, construction, until we reach the deployment step. So that is the whole thing about the Roadmap BI framework. I hope it will help you. And that's it for me. Thank you.